Patrice's speech the other night. Whether it's him or someone else, regardless, tomorrow, how important is it for someone to step up and do something like that? And also, Brad, do you kind of remember anyone in 2011 doing a similar thing?
Well, you don't force things like that. We had one in 2011 where Recchi stepped up and said some words, but it's because something needed to be said in that time. You don't force it. You don't do it every single day. So we're not going to look for any kind of a speech tomorrow. We all understand what's at stake and what we need to do. We're going to prepare the same way we have all year, and that's what we are going to rely on. We're going to rely on a special speech or something like that to get us going. He may have felt like he wanted to share something with our group, and that's that. But we're going to rely on the process, the way we prepare, and our experiences to get prepared for that game.
We'll do a few more left side, fourth row.
Brad, what's the balance as a player for maintaining a go-for-broke mentality in a Game 7, but also not doing something to put your team in a bad spot?
Sorry, there's some background noise. I didn't hear that.
What's the balance as a player to have a go-for-broke mentality in Game 7, but on the other side, not wanting to do something in a winner-take-all game to really put you guys in a bad spot?
Well, this game is a game of mistakes. You play it the way you know how to play it. We rely on our system. We trust in that, and that's how we're going to play our game. There's going to be mistakes made on both sides, and whoever capitalizes on that is most likely going to win the game. So you don't overthink. You don't change it. Anything from what we've done, they're not going to change anything from what they've done. We're both going to play the same style, and we're going to compete. The puck's going to bounce a certain way. Calls are going to be made a certain way, and someone's going to take advantage of those opportunities. So, we'll see how it plays out. But you do what you've relied on to get to this point, and see who comes out in the end.
Back left, Nick.
This is not to dwell on the negative. It's more to illustrate what's at stake. You said at Media Day, Brad, that the loss in 13 stuck with you, and you look back on that more than the win. Why is that? Is that just because the investment you make and you come so close, you don't want to let it slip away?
Yeah, you realize when you get to this point how hard it actually is. I think especially the longer you've been around the league, you look at some guys that have been around for a long time and how few opportunities you get. It's extremely difficult to get to this point. You need everything to go your way. You need the calls, you need the bounces, you need guys to be healthy, guys to step up at the right time, all the way through the year. So it's extremely tough to get just to this point here, and to win is even harder than that. And once you lose, you realize how close it is. You get a taste, but you don't get that victory. You don't get to feel all the sensations of winning, and it's extremely difficult. Unfortunately, that's the way it goes. Someone has to win, someone has to lose, and it's the best thing in the world for the team that wins, and it sucks for the team that loses. And being on both sides of it, you realize how hard it is, and just how shitty it is to lose. And so that sticks with you forever. When you're winning and losing, it sticks with you forever. And you don't forget everything that happens when you win, and you definitely don't forget what happens when you lose. So, again, unfortunately, there's going to be both sides of that tomorrow, and see how it plays out.
We'll do two more back left.
Tuukka, how available were Stanley Cup games for you to watch on TV when you were growing up, and kind of when did you first become aware of this and what all this meant?
It was probably mid-90s. I might have been 6, 7 years old that I first started watching that I remember. But those were pretty much the only games that we saw back in the day, besides the weekly highlights. But yeah, I remember Devils Rangers winning, pretty clearly. So yeah, it was something that felt so distant for a kid from Finland. You just watch it on TV, and you're just dreaming that maybe one day you'll play in the NHL. So, but we're here now, and I think these days it's a bit easier for kids from all around the world to kind of be able to dream that and kind of feel that it might be a reality someday.
Do you get the feel that your presence here is inspiring kids in Finland that much more to be paying attention to this?
Yeah, I'm sure to a certain extent. I'm the only Finnish guy playing, so I'm sure people are watching, and hopefully the kids are watching and maybe future goalies are coming up and they'll play in the Stanley Cup Final someday too.
Last question on the left side.
In your locker room, there's plenty of pictures of previous cup runs and successes that the team has had, and the team's been traveling with that to St. Louis in this cup run as well. So kind of what does it mean to have that with you when you're on the road in a Game 6 and to be back here and have even more of that surrounding you guys?
Yeah, well, they've been hung up in the trainer's room forever, and I think they just wanted to bring those along just to make us feel home and kind of get that home locker room feel to it. But yeah, I got that picture up in my basement of me. It's just great memories. It's something that, like Brad said, winning or losing, it sticks with you forever. And those are some good memories we have. And